So, Darktide got an update recently. Well, I don't really know what they're calling it. They've pretty much used all of the terms update, patch, overhaul. But it doesn't really matter what they call it. Essentially, they've reworked the classes, all of them, and given them sort of talent trees to try and give them a bit more depth, I suppose. A little diversity between ways that you can play the different classes that are in the game. Anyway, I spent some time. I went through and spent my skill points or whatever on all of the skills that I thought would be the most appealing to my sort of playstyle. And the entire time I'm thinking, you know what, this is a really nice skill tree menu. How much of this is going to actually matter in the moment-to-moment gameplay? Because stats and numbers and all of that are great, but if you can't tell that there's a big difference when you're actually playing the game, then it's all just smoke and mirrors. I loaded up into a match, and
Oh, sorry, my darling, no can do. They're all on high priority, need to know assignment.
so anyway, like I was saying, stats and numbers are great and all, but if you can't notice a major gameplay difference, then they don't mean anything.
Function in the primary smelter at Manufactorum HL1736.
I'm only gonna do one mission before swapping over to Psyker to see if that is any better. Zealot was always kind of fun for me, but Psyker was the one that really needed some sort of change or something. Keep foul heretics off of my royal clothes. Okay, mission in progress. It actually loaded pretty quickly.
You lot stick with me, and I'll get you through this.
A noble sentiment, Templar, but faith is all the shield I need.
Turn it to him.
I haven't got a clue where we're supposed to go, though.
Healer station. How did
Guard your faith, my kindred!
no surrender? Rest of the unit, you are witch.
Traverse assembly conveyor. 9112 and seal smelter control.
Psyker's putting in work.
Should be a killer. You're not taking notice.
Not a bad shot, not at all!
What is this?
I hear a hound, my kindred!
Oh, it's a demon host.
Gunner!
Oh no, the veteran's dead.
Okay, so I'm using this. This does a very, very, very good something to the demon host. They should be able to kill it before it evaporates me. Or they would if they were working together on it.
At last, so much more peaceful dead than alive.
They need to add some sort of reward for killing these.
Beloved, you'll have to speak up.
this alone. Remain as a circuit. Agreed.
That is a lot of dogs. That is a ridiculous amount of dogs.
Gonna kill it! Kill it! We psychos are good at killing.
It kind of looks as though psychers are going to be...
Play.
Like, it looks as though psychers got the most work done, making them the most dynamic and the most fun to play. Just based off of what I'm looking at right now.
Gonna kill it!
Hush, beloved, they're going to be fine.
Don't touch me, Psyche!
Like, yeah. Zealot so far feels exactly the way it did before. I don't have my charge. I have this, like, stun thing that's supposed to, like, stun the enemy and buff allies and stuff, but it really doesn't feel like I'm doing that big of a difference. Like, this feels like nothing. Okay, well, I killed it. I don't even know what it does. Like, I read the skill, but it's not stunning anything.
Oxburster, keep it away!
I have a message to go delete.
My dream is better with heretics to shoot. It's soothing.
Hardcore violence! Let's therapy going!
Hush. Hush, hush, hush.
At last, slaughter control is within reach.
Like, I'm definitely way less tanky than I used to be. Which I don't appreciate at all.
That's ammunition, veteran, for you. This will be a one-way trip.
Praise the God Emperor, healing is to be ours. Purge these wretches.
Don't worry, it's dead.
I can't even... I'm gonna, I guess, restat it or something, because that doesn't do anything.
This place must be very noisy when it's in operation.
The hound's down.
Just gonna take it, I don't care.
Shelter of all trace of demonic matter.
Let all be cleansed.
I put in a bunch of points for, like, reduced stamina consumption on running and all of this other stuff, and it honestly doesn't feel like I have it.
Reloading! Cover me!
Give me a sacred slayer, Templar.
Ancient faith that kills, so it helps. Don't go dying on us! Not now.
Hold fast, my kindred. Go
Where even...
Moving to betting ground.
I feel scammed. I feel scammed. It was all just smoke and mirrors. Keep in mind, I didn't have any expectations going back into this game because I didn't really plan on ever playing it again. A few days ago I saw that it was getting this big patch and everyone was making a big deal out of it, so I was like, I own it already, so what's the harm in giving it another try? There's a lot, actually. I mean, I didn't lose any money, but I definitely lost some time. Granted, none of the changes are particularly bad, but right away I was able to tell that my zealot, my preacher, wasn't able to do a lot of the things that I used to be able to do. Things that I could get away with in the past that were really, really fun and cool and made me feel empowered were suicidal, to say the least. Now, that's okay. I mean, you have different branches on a skill tree. You're obviously expected to play things differently. I got this new ability where I hold up a cross and some light emanates from it, but the only thing that it really does that I could tell was make the enemies kind of stutter in their animations and stuff. That's a running theme. Stagger, stun. But it doesn't feel like you're doing any damage. Now, utility is great, and obviously you do want to have crowd control. Crowd control in this instance meaning the ability to control the horde in a way that is beneficial to you and not so much them. But at the end of the day, you still need that horde to fall down and not get back up. I can't imagine any possible reason for there to be so much stunning and so little damaging. In a game like this, you want to be killing, you want things to be dying. You don't want them to just stutter and stand there. You want them to fall over. That's the whole point of this sort of thing. Left 4 Dead's been getting it right for a long, long time now. Even though it's very clear that even the people who made Left 4 Dead can't top Left 4 Dead, all they really had to do was implement some changes to make it more worth people's time. It needed to be the type of game that I could recommend people who aren't familiar with Warhammer. And to be completely honest, my stance on this game has not changed. For $10 cheaper, you can get Killing Floor 2. And Left 4 Dead hasn't gone anywhere. It's neat that this game has crossplay now. Didn't have that before. That's great. And the changes to some of the players' animations and stuff are very, very flashy. But at the end of the day, that's all it is. It's just flash. It doesn't make the game feel any better to play. It just makes things look like they're a bit more dynamic. So when you upload a video or when you see a video of this gameplay, you'll be like, wow, look at all of the cool stuff happening. I want to do that cool stuff. But then you actually get into game and you're probably thinking something along the lines of, man, a gun with a bigger magazine would solve all of this problem. Because for all of the smoke and mirrors behind the skill tree, just a gun that shoots is more effective than holding out your hand and shooting chain lightning that stuns, or pulling out a cross that stuns. It looks cool, sure, but it's not doing what you need it to do in a zombie horde shooter type of game.